And welcome inside the Backstage Pass, another show, and of course, closer to CMA Fest coming up here in about, 20 days or so. We'll be there in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. We hope it's beautiful, all those storms they've been having as of lately, but we'll be there June 6th to 9th, and a lot of events going on, not just Fanfare X, but of course, everything out there from all 7 stages, the Ascend Amphitheater, the action at Nissan Stadium, and of course, out there too as well. Backstage at the Opry Sunday, June the 9th for Sunday Morning Country, hosted by the great Brenda Lee out there too, and pleased to welcome in here on KKTC True Country 99.9 and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. A friend of mine, we played the single this morning on the radio call-in, Enough to Say Goodbye, across all those streaming platforms. A good show favorite. Troy Castellano to the show. Troy, what's up, man?
Hey, Brandon. Thanks for having me today. I really appreciate being on your show.
Man, I appreciate you always coming back and showing us some love here too as well, and dropping by to talk some tunes, a couple of performances today over our 30-minute chatter show. We'll work in our spots we got out there. Thanks our sponsors for CMA Fest 2024. And, of course, we'll be talking more about that as the show goes on. Well, let's talk about this one off air. We were kind of going through this one here because this one is so much involved with so many different platforms here. But anyone that's lost a family member or come close to losing a family member out there, too, our prayers are with them, no doubt. But Enough to Say Goodbye, the current single that you got out there across all the streaming platforms. Tell us about this one, because every song has a story, whether good or bad. But this one just really hits more closer to home, immediate family, and to the heart.
Yeah, this one, truly came from you write what you know, right? That's what we're told. And I have a mom. She's in her later years. She's 88 years old. She's had a heck of a time these last 4 years. She survived bladder cancer. 2 years after that, she had a heart attack. And most recently, she had a stroke. And I swear she's got like 9 lives. And she's a cat lover, so that would make sense. Yeah, and just one of those hospitals home. I'm from Minnesota originally, so I went back home to bring her home from the hospital and pick her up. And she was pretty beat down and worn out, and she was just telling me how she's ready to go. She's ready to get her wings, meet her maker. She just had been, through so much, and she was reflecting on her life, saying that she's done everything she's wanted to do. She's proud of her family. And in her words, she said, "I think I've lived long enough to say goodbye, don't you?" And I'm like, no. No, of course not. You haven't. You got more to live here. I'm not letting you go is what I felt like. But I could see it in her eyes. She was just kind of, torn up. And as a songwriter, you hear that stuff and you make note of it. And I wanted to write that song. And so I did. I wrote that. So that was 2 years ago when she went through that heart attack. And I wrote that song. I hadn't put it out. And I thought, man, before she is gone, I'd love to put it out and in her honor,
It makes me think too, Troy. It's amazing where songs can come from all different angles, no matter what shape, size, color, all that good stuff too. But seeing that out there and the power of music through someone that has gone through tough times like that in their life, and I just lost a family member last fall, unexpectedly too, with all that too. And you always ask, we want more time. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, but through general conversations with someone, through rough conversations, tough times, whether it be family, friends, faith, all that good stuff out there. It's amazing where a song comes from, right?
Yeah. And the good ones come from that real life circumstance, I believe, like House That Built Me, of course, we all know that song, but I mean, that's a feeling everybody has.
Yeah.
Growing up. So I think that's important. There's a lot of songs out there that are just plain surfacey. They don't really go real deep. It's just, about having fun. So I think every once in a while you got to come out with these songs that really say what you live.
Yeah, and it makes Nashville such an incredible town. It really does, because not just the singers and all the recording artists that do their thing, but I'm going to give a props to all the songwriters out there too, yourself included, because tonight is the ACM Awards, the 59th annual in Frisco, Texas, at the Star down here too. So hosted by the great 16-time award winner, Queen of Country Music, Reba McEntire. Got to get that in. And I got a chance to see some of the nominees, some of the categories earlier today.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Dean Dillon wrote all those great songs for George Strait over his career. His daughter, Jessie Jo Dillon, got Songwriter of the Year. And what I'm getting at, too, is just because that town is so special, it's really cool to see, all the songwriters get all the PR and, record this and this. But, man, it puts you in that category because so many great songwriters in that town that just make magic with music, right?
Yeah, it definitely, it has its moments. I'm like, I look at songwriting like I do waking up every day. It's like every song you write is a second chance to break through, just like every day is a second chance when you wake up. And I was just talking to somebody today about songwriting is like this. The real true songwriters, they're not in it for the monetary end. They just need that monetary part to keep doing what they love. It's not about buying Corvettes. I mean, that's the gravy, but real songwriters do what they love, and you got to pay bills. So hopefully that brings in a little money where you can keep doing it and make better music because you're actually, it's a livelihood for you,
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, they're content being behind the microphone. They don't have to be in front and have the attention. They can just, you're right, pay their bills, do what they love to do, get the checks, the mailbox money, all that good stuff, and get their cut, which is well-deserved because of how hard they work. And it's just, it's a snowball effect because you can put out one song and Megan Maroney picks it up or Lainey Wilson picks it up or whoever, maybe this is a hit for Nate Smith or whatever out there too. But it's like you never know who's going to record it and bring it to life. And then some people just enjoy the behind the scenes and do what they love to do, which is songwriting in itself. And it's a craft.
That was my intention. So I'm originally from Minnesota, moved here in the middle of neck deep in domestic life, 3 kids, wife. And I just wanted to come here in 9 to 5 at I write songs. I come home every day for dinner. And then, hopefully somebody will cut it and they can go make it famous and I'll just get the checks. It's kind of the lazy side of it, right? But it's like, what a dream job. And then now after COVID, I'm like, well, I've had some close calls. I've had some holds with major artists and they haven't panned out. But after COVID, I'm like, I didn't want to go back to the artist route, but now that's the way. I'm just like, people ain't putting these songs out. I'll put them out. And I'm still doing without big expectations. I just doing what I love to do. And I feel like I want to sing them. So, I just switch gears. It's still writing and being a songwriter, but I'll put them out and see if people like them or not.
Oh, it's good music, man. No doubt about it. I love the traditional sound. That 90s country is, at least in my opinion, starting to make a little bit of a comeback. You look at guys like Dan Smalley and Zach Top and Randy King kind of doing their thing out there too, which are tremendous songwriters and singers and bringing those songs to life too. Talk about this one for me. Back to March, Light Your Candle. I really got a chance to dive into that one too as well because that also had a special meaning behind that one too.
Yeah, that was another one I had to write myself. Basically, it's like Light Your Candle is trying to inspire people to chase their dreams no matter how old you are. And it really comes from an opinion of me. Like I don't care about your sexual preference. I don't care about your skin color. I don't care if you like Chevy or Ford or if you like Sinatra or Metallica. Whatever is you, just go be that. And don't worry about what people think. Just be who you are. And as long as, like the verse says, as long as it's not hurting anyone, that's what's going to fulfill somebody's, their own heart. It's like sometimes we tend to, hold ourselves back because of what other people's opinions are. And I think that's a dream crusher right there. So, you hear these phrases all the time, like, whatever floats your boat, whatever trips your trigger. I'm like, man, whatever lights your candle. Because that's a beacon. That's a flame. That's something that everybody should see, No
doubt, too. I love that one, too. And we'll get to a few more here in just a little bit, too. Again, Troy's new single out there, Enough to Say Goodbye, across all those streaming platforms, which you guys check it out on KKTC, True Country 99.9, and, of course, out there at HighTideCountry.net. Before I take a time out, talk about CMA Fest and sponsors and everybody that makes it possible out there. Let's go ahead and have you do a performance for us here on the show. I guess we could start with the latest single or go any direction you want to go with it.
Let's play that one. Why not?
All right. Here we go.
All right, you let me know because this is coming off the microphone on my earbuds. Can you hear the
All right.
guitar?
I could, yeah, I could. First time you strummed that
All right.
guitar, we could hear that, no doubt.
So my mom's lived about 20 years without my dad, and it kind of starts out with a verse about him, but this one's called Enough to Say Goodbye.
Here we go.
He always called her his Miss America. In his world, she'd always be his queen. But time took its toll till the good Lord took his soul. Now she's only living on memories. And she don't think about what she's gonna miss. Checked off every item on her bucket list. Proud of the family line she's leaving behind. And she knows he's waiting with open arms. Somewhere up there in the stars, holding on to a love stronger than time. I don't want to let her go, but to see it in her eyes, she'd live long enough to say goodbye. She makes her coffee in the morning, lays out a medicine for the day. She's counting on the telephone to help her not feel alone. A little conversation can go a long, long way. She don't think about what you're gonna miss. Checked off every item on her bucket list. Proud of the family line she's leaving behind. And she knows it's waiting with open arms. Somewhere up there in the stars, holding on to a love stronger than time. I don't want to let her go, but to see it in her eyes, she lived long enough to say goodbye. Well, she's parked the car, put away the keys, ready to let go of everything, just waiting on her own set of wings. And she don't think about what you're gonna miss. Checked off every item on her bucket list. Proud of the family line she's leaving behind. And she knows it's waiting with open arms. Somewhere up there in the stars, holding on to a love stronger than time. I don't want to let her go, but to see it in her eyes. No, I don't want to let her go, but to see it in her eyes. She lived long enough to say goodbye. Whoa, long enough to say goodbye. Whoa, long enough to say goodbye.
Yeah, I took a second there. I was like, man, it just chills right up my spine. You can't lie about this, what music does, man. I'm telling you, right up the arms. It's just like,
oh, man. That's the ultimate honor.
No, it is, man. I'm just right there. Like I said, it's hard to see it, but I mean, it's, man. I just commend you on
thank you so much.
Great tune, man. When you can move, really, I'll get moved here and show emotion here on the show. But
thank you.
That's the power of music right there, brother.
I got to play it for my mom. Now, I was supposed to play it for her in person on Mother's Day. I was back home in Minnesota, and I was playing a sold-out winery show that was specifically for Mother's Day. And unfortunately, she was like, with all of her ups and downs, she was not feeling good that day. and she couldn't come out, but I got to play it for her in person last summer at another show she was invited to, and it was the hardest thing to be able to sing that as she's looking at you and breaking down. I'm like, oh, how am I going to get through that?
Man,
so close and connected to it.
That's what it's all about, man. That's the power of music right here on the Backstage Pass. And, of course, we're going to be hearing more of that, too. Tunes like that coming up here at CMA Fest 2024, June 6th to 9th, beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. All the stages out there. There's something for everybody to do, man. I was looking at the website today. It's going to be nuts. My first one in town there. Looking forward to it. Fanfare X, the meet and greets, all the interviews inside the media room, 7 stages out there. You can find music on every corner, every stage. Get your tickets now. Check it out at CMAFest.com. Download the CMA Fest Connect app and find out if your favorite artist more than likely is going to be performing there. I'm sure Troy's doing something to it. Again, all made possible by our friends at Bangtail Whiskey, Full Circle Moments, LLC. And we'll talk more about them here in just a second, too, as well. And our friends at the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix out there, too. If you guys want to be a sponsor, you know how to make it possible out there, too, as well. By contacting us, your business will get branded unlike any other thing you've ever seen out there, too. It's fantastic. We'll be in front of a lot of great people out there. CMA Fest 2024 coming up with the Backstage Pass, and, of course, already putting together some great shows out there, too. We're coming back. A word from our sponsors, more with Troy Castellano out there, too. Check him out on socials, and, of course, enough to say goodbye across all those streaming platforms. Back in a flash, brought to you by our friends at Bangtail Whiskey. Get your order in now at bangtail.com and the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix coming right back. More on the Backstage Pass, KKTC True Country 99.9 and our friends at HighTideCountry.net.
Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show, the Backstage Pass, of course, Full Circle Moments, one of our presenting sponsors out there, too, as well, for CMA Fest 2024. And, of course, coming up there, it's going to be a beautiful show there. It's a beautiful show. Wade Hayes, Mo Bandy, who's coming on the show here in a couple of weeks, the State Line Band. June the 1st, live music at Crockett House, Beer Garden there in Fredericksburg, Texas. You can check out all the information there at Full Circle Moments, LLC.com there, too. We'll put a banner out, too, as well, coming up. But it's Mo Bandy, Wade Hayes, the State Line Band coming up June the 1st. It's a Saturday out there, too, in Fredericksburg, Texas, at the live music at the Crockett House Beer Garden out there, too, as well. And tickets, Full Circle Moments, LLC.com. The mission there is to offer a unique entertainment experience for music lovers by providing live music entertainment that fosters faith, family, friends, and fun out there, too. And also the best in Christian country, our friend Jonathan Bond. Appreciate him coming by, always helping us out there, too. JonathanBond.com. Click the link there you see on the screen. Go to his latest YouTube video on his YouTube channel. The best in country Christian music, Jonathan Bond out there, Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter, will be singing at the event Sunday Morning Country, Sunday, June the 9th, at the Grand Ole Opry, hosted by Brenda Lee. Mr. Bond will be performing that day, too, as well. Back here with Troy Castellano here on the Backstage Pass, again, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com, and, of course, out there, HighTideCountry.net, and our friends at KKTC True Country 99.9. I got to ask you about another one that I love, Troy, Whiskey in Our House. I thought this was another good feeling song that you put out there here in 2024.
Whiskey in the House. All right, so I'll try to make this short.
Whiskey in the house. Yes.
I mean, yeah, house, whiskey in the house.
Whiskey in the house.
It's basically, for me, got to keep it out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
But it really, like, I've never been in trouble with drinking or, like, you know, any tickets or been the obnoxious guy. I just could consume a lot, especially bourbon, you know, and I realize as I've been of drinking age for a number of years, and I've indulged a lot. Like, here's where it comes from. It's like basically after dinner, have a shorty, and then I know I got things to do. I should be out in the studio here working, and then I have another shorty, and then it's like, what's on TV? It becomes an ambition thief for me. And then also as you get older, and everybody will go through it if you do consume, it's like it takes a bit longer to get over the hangovers. And so last year I quit for like 6 months, and I felt the best I ever did. Then I went back home, and I got some friends who are high-end bourbon connoisseurs, and, start getting into, it's easy to get into that daily cycle of drinking. And I'm not talking about getting lit every night, but having a few every night. And it's just, that's what I realized. It was an ambition thief. And I can't really, if it's in the house, I'll drink it. So it's easier if it's just not there. Because I'm also too lazy to get in the car and go get some, But all in all, it's like I have nothing against drinking. I've had some of the best times of my life, I think.
That's remember.
Joke. But yeah. But anyway, it comes from that. For me, it was personally, it's like, all right, I just gotta just not keep it in the house. And I embellished and took a few liberties on the lyrics here to make it, kind of
makes for a great song. That's what,
work a little deeper. Yeah. Thank you.
Stay with drinking too. I love this one too because I've heard this one expression in a bar. This came out last November. This one's on me. I love this one as far as like the bourbon glass with the American flag in the background too, as far as the portrait goes for that particular single. A lot of fun with that one too, right?
Yeah, thank you so much. I wrote that with an American Idolist finalist, Cody Clayton Eagle, and he put it out. It was debuted, I believe that was 2020, right around the COVID, all the crazy stuff that went on. But he put it out. It was debuted at an Air Force event, which was really cool. And then this year, there's a radio station in my hometown in Minneapolis called Bob Country, and they do a tribute to the troops CD every year, which raises money for military families. And so I recut that song and put it out, my version of that song, and it went on to this compilation CD. And as far as today, I believe that CD has raised $45,000 for military families in Minnesota. So that's what I'm most proud of, and it truly is. The message of that song is, everybody says thank you, but man, it ain't much more, but let me buy you a drink, man, and let me just kind of say thank you in a way, maybe, it would sit a little bit deeper with you,
No doubt. It's a fantastic song too. I know you got one more for us too. I got some more music questions, and one of my favorite songs Troy put out called Hell We Raised on the Looking Back From Here, which I believe that came out in 2023, last October too as well. So we'll talk about Hell Be Raised, but I know you got another performance. So what are we going to hear?
Let's do Light Your Candle, which is the previous single this year. And reason why I bring this up is because, admittedly, I'm no spring chicken. But I didn't give up on my dream chasing, and I don't know if I'm looking for any reward out of this dream anymore. I'm just doing what I love to do, and that goes hand in hand with anybody, no matter what stage in your life. And I say this all the time. It's like, I don't care if you like Ford or Chevy. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care about the color of your skin. I just want people to follow their heart. As long as they're not hurting anybody, it's never too late to light your candle. And I use that title because it's like, it's a flame and it's a beacon and it's a torch that's burning inside you. So you should probably follow that. And I know day jobs and all that and all the life gets in the way, but man, after your day work, go follow that passion and see. It's exactly what I did. I forced myself into a position where I'm going to make this work. There's no turning back,
Sure.
And I think that's important. Even if you want to, maybe this is a little stretch, but even if you want to start racing stock cars, you can do that at 45. Go to the local dirt track, get your car out there. Just follow that thing.
Anything
so this was called, All right, so this one's called Light Your Candle. I don't care if you like your whiskey neat, what kind of shoes you like to put on your feet. I tend to not think much about what you do. I don't care what kind of car you drive, what kind of thrill makes you feel alive. All I want is you to be you. Yeah, write the words to your own song and let your light shine on. Wherever you go, wherever you are, find a feeling in your heart. No, you can't go wrong if you just be yourself. Spread your wings, let your spirit fly. With every fire start, let your flame rise. Keep that torch bright up on the mantle. Do whatever light you can do. I don't care what you do at home, as long as you're not hurting anyone. Like they say, to each their own. And there's not enough time in a lifetime to hold back who you are inside. Life is short, so don't you wait too long. Wherever you go, wherever you are, find a feeling in your heart. No, you can't go wrong if you just be yourself. Spread your wings, let your spirit fly. With every fire start, let your flame rise. Keep that torch bright up on the mantle. And do whatever light you can do. Yeah, whatever light you can do. Oh, don't want to die with regrets. So chase those dreams you've been holding back. Wherever you go, wherever you are, find a feeling in your heart. No, you can't go wrong if you just be yourself. Spread your wings, let your spirit fly. With every fire start, let your flame rise. Keep that torch bright up on the mantle. Whoa, keep that torch bright up on the mantle. Do whatever light you can do. Whoa. Yeah, whatever light you can do. Yeah, don't want to die with regrets. So chase those dreams you've been holding back.
Here on the Backstage Pass, like that Campbell here too as well. The sportsguyspodcast.com and of course KKTC True Country 99.9 and our friends at hightidecountry.net. Hey, it's never too late in life to start a radio show, and just see the things kind of come at you too as well. So like that Campbell. I know I did too. That's what I got from the song, and that's what it's meant to be. So stock car racing or whatever you want to do, or go become a doctor, lawyer, anything out there, Troy, speaking to the masses out there too. We'll come back after this timeout too. What's that?
I was going to say, I plan on becoming a Supercross #1 rider at 85 years old.
Hey, you know what? Like that candle, baby. No, nothing wrong with that, too. We'll come back. A quick timeout. Our friends at CMA Fest 2, again, presented by our friends at Full Circle Moments, coming out there, coming up June the 1st, one of their first shows of the summer concert series. Wade Hayes, Mo Bandy, and the State Line Band coming up there at the Crockett House Beer Garden coming up. All the information, ticket info out there, too. Just 3 great performers in one night, too, as well in Fredericksburg, Texas. Check it out for tickets, Full Circle Moments, LLC.com. The mission there, Full Circle Moments, to present and offer that unique entertainment experience for music lovers by providing live music entertainment, fosters faith, family, friends, and fun. And, of course, speaking of that, too, the best in country Christian music out there, too. Their good buddy Jonathan Bond out there, Grammy recording artist, too, as well. He'll be there at the Sunday morning country event, Sunday, June the 9th at the Grand Ole Opry. We'll be backstage at the Grand Ole Opry doing some live interviews there, too. JonathanBond.com, or click the link you see on the screen there, obviously, to go to his YouTube channel. Check out all the great positive messages he's spreading out there. Jonathan Bond, too, as well. And, of course, more with Troy Castellano coming up here on the show, the night of the 59th Annual Country Music Association, or I should say, I should flip that, not the Country Music Association, the Academy of Country Music. It all runs together when you're doing the award shows and everything.
Yeah.
The Academy of Country Music Awards coming up tonight from Frisco, Texas at the Star. The 59th annual, hosted by the great Reba McEntire, the Queen of Country Music. Watch that on Prime Video, stream it for free, and catch your favorite artists in their favorite respective categories. They could walk away with some hardware tonight. Some winners have already been announced, and more to come coming up tonight with Reba hosting the 59th annual Academy of Country Music Awards from Frisco, Texas at the Star, home of the Dallas Cowboys out there too as well. We'll come back more with Troy Castellano. Final segment coming up, rapid fire and a whole lot more here at hightidecountry.net, KKTC True Country 99.9, and always powered by the Sports Guys Podcast.com. Coming back.
The Caden Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecadengordonshow.com. Again, that is thecadengordonshow.com.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And, of course, back here on the show, we're back tomorrow, too. Olivia Harm's going to join us, too, back to a little Texas country there, too. And next week, just a, smash of shows coming up next week, too, as well. Stay tuned to the Backstage Pass. Well, they're already out there, so go look at it right now. Dan Smalley coming by, of course, Casey Johns. Blanco Brown going to make an appearance, too. He's got a new EP coming out in June. Remember that with the little song called Get Up that took the nation by storm. 2019 was the most successful line dance song of all time. So Blanco Brown coming by and a whole lot more here on the shows coming up next week on KKTC True Country 99.9. And our friends out there too, hightidecountry.net, always live on the Sports Guys Podcast.com, the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass SG, all that good stuff. Back here with Troy Castellano here on the show. Thanks to our sponsors for CMA Fest 2024. You know, what I want to go back to with you, Troy, before I do a little rapid fire here, was looking back from here, that whole EP and that body of work was some great music out there for your style of music too, which I love. But Hell We Raise, I got to see the music video on that too, and that particular song led off that EP, right?
Yeah, yep. That song came from, I had taken some video with my camera driving by my own old Main Street, which is like a typical American abandoned Main Street now. And I just I thought to myself, oh man, the hell we raised on that street. And, you know, being teenagers in the 80s when there wasn't all of this distraction with digital devices and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we truly at 14, 15, 16 years old, we're stealing cigarettes and beer, you know, head down to the river and go fishing. And that song really struck a chord because I put it out. And I guess it's a regional hit up in Minnesota. I did send it to some radio up there, and it got some radio play. And then all of a sudden, people were like really digging it. Brought me home for some sold out shows last summer, and it's one that connected, I think, because it's a true story again of real life. You know, just the things we were doing that we probably shouldn't have done. And if you remember back in those days, pre-digital world, it was like, man, we would all find an abandoned field. We didn't even know who owned it and go park out there and light a fire, and somebody would bring some beer stolen from somebody's dad, you know. All of that. And it really
was the 90s for me, baby. Yep, me and my brother. Yep, that was the 90s
that
for us.
Song, that song was a resurgence for me and my musical my re-inspiration to be an artist again, because like I said, I just wanted to write songs. I didn't want to go be an entertainer, and that's always in me, but I thought I was over that, and that song relit that fire.
That's good stuff right there. It lights the fire, man. It's like every song you put out too. It's just genuine, comes from the heart too as well, and comes from that real world experience out there too. Hey, we'll finish with a couple of rapid fire questions here. Latest shows you're getting into to binge watch, or do you like the series and stuff like that? What do you got?
Oh, the latest show, Better Call Saul. I finally been catching up on that one. If you're a Breaking Bad fan, that's this one. I don't know if it's quite as good, but Better Call Saul is I'm locked in.
Locked into that. All right, we'll do this one too, because I got to get my hot chicken on again when I get back to Music City. I did the Hattie B's for the first time. Now they're saying go to the OG for Prince's out there too, which is they say is better. So I'll be the judge of that when I get there. But what restaurants are doing it for you in Music City now? What are you craving?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm a sucker for Chewy's. I'm sorry, like I just love
Chewy's?
that. Yep. You know what? Because that Mexican food is truly the fastest food. Because when you're sitting down within a couple minutes, not even within a minute of sitting down, you've got food like chips and salsa in front of you.
Yeah.
And usually by the time I go to eat, I am hungry and impatient.
In fact,
So
yeah, no doubt.
yeah, Chewy's. I know it's probably cliche with this town, but I truly I love it, man.
All right, we'll do a pizza question. Stay in the food category. Just add one more here. Toppings on a Troy Castellano pizza. What go on it?
Oh, everything but onions.
So you can do a little mushroom and black olive, right?
But yeah, green peppers. I'm a meat lover. I definitely like am from the Midwest, and I'm not a vegan, and so give me everything but onions. That's it.
Right.
I can
like
eat.
that.
I'll take even the anchovies. I'll eat that. You know.
All right, Hattie B's or Prince's? Where do you go?
I guess I have to say Hattie B's. I have not had Prince's, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And Hattie B's, I used to be a hot food guy, like hot sauces, all of that, and now it just gives me tummy trouble.
Yeah.
So I kind of, and also I realize my kids are really into the hot stuff, and I just watch them be in agony while they eat, and I'm like, why do you want to be in such pain while you eat? So I guess, yeah, but I love Hattie's chicken all the way around. The good stuff.
Right. I'll be the judge with Prince's going there this time, but Hattie's was on point, man. The original one on Broadway was good stuff. I can't wait to get back at CMA Fest to do that again and be the judge of kind of between the two. They say it's the OG, and I'm gonna have to agree with everybody that said Prince's is like the OG place. So we'll find out. I'll make the judgment, and we'll even go back maybe to Hattie B's and find that out. But hey, food on every corner, music on every corner. Hope to run into you in town while we're there for June 6th to 9th for CMA Fest 2024. Again, you guys make sure you go get the latest single across all the streaming platforms. Enough to say goodbye from the great Troy Castellano out there too. Troy, appreciate the time, man. Always dropping by, giving us a vine to talk about the music here on the Backstage Pass. And then we're going to do it again when new stuff comes out too, as well as always. You're one of our show favorites, and appreciate you dropping us a line, my friend, all the time.
Thank you so much, and I wish you nothing but continued success, man. Just keep it growing, like we say to each other as songwriters. Don't quit, man. You can't win if you don't quit, or if you quit. So
that's it. Yeah. Now we're going to keep lighting our candle and making sure we do that too as well. It's going to be a phrase I use here now on the show now going forward, because I won't forget that too as well. One of the best songs out there too. So make sure you guys check out the music. We'll see you tomorrow. Olivia Harms drops by. We'll put a cap on the week, and of course next week Dan Smalley, Casey Johns. A whole lot more, too, as well. We're going to have a surprise in a couple of weeks. Blanco Brown coming by next Tuesday. And happy 59th Annual Academy of Country Music Awards out there, hosted by Reba McEntire tonight. We'll be watching to make sure all those great artists like Hannah Ellis, Ashley Cook, congratulations to Megan Maroney. She's already won out there, too. Nate Smith got new Male Artist of the Year. And Jessie Jo Dillon got Songwriter of the Year, too, as well. Congratulations, daughter of Dean Dillon. Read all those great hits for George Strait out there, too, as well. So happy ACM Awards. We're back tomorrow. Olivia Harms on the show. To a little Texas country, and of course thanks to our sponsors for CMA Fest 2024 out there too as well, and of course out there hightidecountry.net, True Country 99.9 KKTC in Taos, New Mexico, and up into Colorado. Listen tonight, Mountain Time. We're on 7 days a week out there from 6 to 7 o'clock, and of course another call-in with Shelly coming up in the morning for our artist spotlight of the day, presented by Sup Craft Barbecue, home of the best barbecue in Taos County. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the show. Thanks to our stations out there that play us, and powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Our thanks to Troy Castellano and all the artists that make the show possible. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. God bless.